Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a makeup related one and I'm so excited to share it with you all. It's a classic KezziesCorner eyeshadow makeup tutorial and we're going to be using the PLouise Sprinkle of Wishes eyeshadow palette that I received in my monthly budget box. So if you want to see how I created this look, then settle down, grab your favorite beverage and let's begin. So for the first product, we're going to be using the PLouise Rumor Base. I absolutely love this primer to prime your lids before applying any eyeshadow. The eyeshadow base helps to, well, make your eyeshadows last longer, but also it helps with the blending and everything else. So this is the beautiful palette that I am going to be using today. The Sprinkle of Wishes eyeshadow palette. It has two levels, so you have this first level and then you have this other level, which is amazing. No, a very beautiful eyeshadow palette with so many different shades that you can choose from. So this is the one I actually opted to use for today's video, but I'll still show you the other layer, which is this one. So this is more natural. Okay, so basically we're just jumping right into the shades and the look. So the first shade that I picked up is the shade called Shake It Up. This shade is kind of the backbone of all the other shades that we're going to be using in this look today. I wanted to also leave the clips here by showing you what I do and how I apply the shades as well. So first I apply this shade in my outer corner. And first I would pat it in and then I would blend it out. And I just wanted to emphasize this shade in the outer part of my eyelid and kind of blend it a little bit into my crease, but also just keeping it to the outer region of the eyelid as well. I don't know how to explain, this is how I understand it. So I'm just going to explain it how I know it. But I really just took my time with this shade because, as I said, it's like the background of all the other shades that we're going to be using today. And I absolutely love this shade. The mattes work really well from this palette. Okay, so now we chose basically the next shade is the What You Wish For shade. And I apply this using a fluffier brush. And I apply this in my crease, but I also applied it to kind of lighten up that first shade, the Shake It Up shade. And I just blended that out in my crease. And I apply this all over kind of the crease. Now, the next shade is called the Extra Sprinkles shade, and I applied this in my outer corner, but kind of going inward and not outward, because outward I want to keep that Shake It Up shade, and then Extra Sprinkles just goes right next to it, and it's a lovely transition from like medium to dark, basically. And again, I just took my time with the shade and blend that out. And again, I went in with the shade that we called before, which was What You Wish For. Like this look, you have to go back and forth with the shades and be patient. And if you blend right, the look will come out well. The next shade that I used was the shade called Favorite Flavor, and I applied this in my outer corner to kind of really blend out that Shake It Up shade, like to lighten it up a little bit, but only in the outer part, like the outer corner, like the outer V. And again, I went in with the Shake It Up because as I said, I don't want to lose the shade. Okay, now we're going to be using the PLouise Rumor Base and the Wycon F115 brush. This brush I really love. I love it because I love using it to apply cut creases, like the base for the shimmer shade. So basically over here, what we're doing is we're prepping our eyelid for our shimmer shade. Oh, by the way, I'm not a makeup artist, okay? I've learned everything off other YouTube videos and KezziesCorner throughout the years. But I'm in no way, shape or form a makeup artist, okay? So this is how I do it, and I probably am doing it bad because I never studied it, but this is how it works for me somehow. So I just take my time with creating the shape that I want. And now we're going to be using the shimmer shade called Never Gets Old. And at first I tried applying it using a brush, but then I went in with my fingers but I was a bit about the shade because I feel like it wasn't as pigmented as I liked, and it wasn't as creamy as I hoped for. Like it didn't glide onto my lid as I would have wanted it to. So I was a bit disappointed with the shade, but with patience we made it work. But I wish it was a little bit more, like it was easier to work with. And then we use the extra sprinkle shade to blend it out and create a nice transition, and so that there won't be any harsh edges. And I really love the two, actually, how they worked and blended together. The extra sprinkles, again, the matte shade was a lovely shade to work with. And again, I went into all the other shades to kind of make sure there's no harsh edges, and I was really happy. Okay, so now we're going to go to the other products that we're going to be using. And I use the Essence Silky Blair Poreless Primer. I absolutely love this primer. It's new to my collection, but I really love the base that it creates for the other makeup products that I'm going to be using. And I don't know, it smoothens the skin, and I don't know, it adds a little bit of a glowy like layer as well. Really love how it tests out, actually. So this is the Revolution Skin Silk Luminous Serum Foundation, which I absolutely love. I have done a review on this foundation. I actually built this foundation up a little bit because I wanted a bit more of a coverage. I would say it's like a light to medium coverage, so it is buildable, and I really loved it. And these products were actually in my everyday makeup drawer for the month of April, because I filmed this video on the 1st of May. So now I actually rolled in some new products for my May everyday makeup drawer, which hopefully I'll be sharing with you, or I already have shared in a YouTube short. Okay, so for concealer, I'm using the IRL Filter Concealer again from Revolution. Absolutely love this concealer as well. And I actually used a big brush where I was supposed to actually just use a beauty blender or a smaller brush, but I was a bit lazy, and that was the brush that I had in front of me. I had like, my desk was like full of things, so I was like, okay, I have to just grab the first thing I see. For powder, I'm using the Kylie Cosmetics setting powder. I absolutely love this powder, and I also love this setting brush from Real Techniques. If you want a really good under eye setting brush, I would recommend this one. And then obviously I also set all over my face as well. For brows, I'm using the Makeup Revolution Power Brow. So first I kind of fluffed my brows, and then I filled it in using this. And I actually rolled back in these two products of my brows for my May everyday makeup drawer. I love the combination of these two. And the other brow product that you're going to be seeing me use is actually the Catrice Brow Colorist Semi-Permanent Brow Mascara. I love how these two work together, and I'm going to be using them again in May. Okay, so back to the eyes, we're using the PLouise Own the Night False Lashes. I absolutely love them, even though they gave me a bit of a hard time. And then I'll set them up to kind of stick together with my real lashes. I use the Revolution Soft Flutter Lash Mascara. Was a bit about this mascara. I actually threw it away. I used it for a month and I was like, not really my thing. Okay, so for my inner corner highlight, I use Sweet Fantasy. And actually, the inner corner highlight, I loved how it worked much more than the other one. And then for my lower lash line, I use the Favorite Flavor for the inner part. And then I mix these two shades up, the extra sprinkles, and shake it up. And I love the finished look of these two together. And that is all I did for my eyes, and I absolutely love how it turned out. Okay, so let's finish also the look. Let me just show you first. I was very happy. So we use the Revolution and Imagination Highlight to the Moon palette. It's like a bronzer highlight palette. Absolutely love this. And then we use the Willa blush from Benefit Cosmetics. I applied a bit too much, but then you can easily blend this blush out. I love it. That's why I love it as well, because you can really just blend, and it blends out really nicely. For highlight, I'm using the NAM Cosmetics Glass Highlighter. Absolutely love this highlighter. If you haven't watched my video, I introduced you all to NAM Cosmetics, and this highlighter was one of my favorite products from that video. For lipstick, we're going to be using the XX Revolution lipstick in the shade called Ticket. I absolutely love the shade with the look. It matched out really well. And the final product that I used today was this one, the Florence by Mills Setting Spray. And those were all the products that I used today. And this is the finished look. What do you guys think of this look? If you guys recreate or are inspired by this look, let me know in the comments down below. I really had fun just slowing down and playing with makeup. I used to love doing this back at home when I lived with my parents. So it was really nice and really satisfying to just do it, and also to see the finished look too. I was really happy with it. So this was a classic KezziesCorner eyeshadow makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you can give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, then please subscribe. And if you already subscribed, thank you so much for being here again. I'm gonna go now. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care and have a good day.